Knowing what it takes to go pro in the podcasting field is one thing, but actually following through with the commitment and the mindset, that's something altogether different. Listen up. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. It's the culmination of this 4-part miniseries I have been talking to you about all week, about making the shift from amateur/hobbyist to podcasting professional. So you already have the reality check, which I gave you on Monday. The reality check of what that actually means, because it's not the same thing as taking your podcast pro. I want you to become a podcasting pro. On Tuesday, we talked about the skills and the abilities that you needed to level up so that you could get closer to that goal of becoming a professional podcaster or professional person in the podcasting space. And then yesterday, Wednesday, was all about the people you need to surround yourself with and not just communicate with, but actually collaborate with to get you, again, leveled up to the next level, as they would say. That's great. Knowing all those things is really important and fine. But what it's all going to boil down to is your mindset and your commitment to seeing this through. Now, I need to take a step back and make sure you understand something. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not the kind of coach that you want to come to. I'm not any kind of coach that you would come to and say, how do we get this thing done? That's not what I'm here for. And because of that, I'm not going to give you a list of do these things and I promise you're going to become a professional podcaster. I don't have any methods. I don't have formulas. All I've got is ideas for you to think about. And specifically around the idea of the mindset and the commitment. Because you know it takes commitment. You know you have to really focus and do it. You know you have to sacrifice. Yeah. I'm not worried about those platitudes. Really, all I want to do with this last episode in this series, this mini-series of what it takes to go pro, is tell you two things that will help your brain, that will help your mind get right about this prospect of going pro. Just two things. Thing number one, there's a very good chance that you will not succeed. There is a greater than zero chance, in fact, it's a lot higher than that no matter how much effort and energy you put into the idea of becoming a professional podcaster or becoming a podcaster that is somewhat professional, does something in this field, look, it just may not work. It may not. I mean, sure, the field is exploding. There's need for people at all levels of podcasting and all skills at all aspects, which I've talked about ad nauseum this entire week. There's a growing need for it. The industry is booming, but just because there's a need, it doesn't mean you're going to do it. It just doesn't. That's the reality of this situation. So when you're thinking about how do I do this, you just need to keep in mind that it might not happen. No, that's not the way The Secret works, but here's the secret. The secret doesn't work. Yeah, if you commit yourself to it and you put your mindset, your chances of excelling, of succeeding are great. But also the chance of not succeeding, which is okay. Which should be okay with that, right? I mean, like that's anything in life. Nothing's guaranteed. I'm sorry, it's not. But the second thing is a little bit of a better news for you. And the second thing that I want you to think about when it comes to your mindset about becoming a professional in the podcasting space is that success might look completely different than what you're thinking about right now. In fact, it's likely that is the case. So my challenge to you is, as you're going through this effort, these efforts to become a professional, keep your eyes open for opportunities. Because the goal here is for you to become a professional in the podcasting space. We don't know what that might look like 6 months from now, let alone 6 years from now. We just don't. And so your job as you go deeper into this and really commit to finding a way to make this work is look for those opportunities. You don't know where they're going to come from. You don't know what success is going to look like. And while I do think it's important for some people to have a detailed plan and give up their TV watching at night and spend all weekend learning new things, that's fine. That's great. But at the same time, reserve a little time. Keep your mind open to the idea that something might happen, something might show up on a radar that you didn't even know about, and you certainly weren't considering, but it gets you to that next step. It could be somebody you collaborate with. It could be some random person who says, hey, can I have 15 minutes and talk to you about a project? And then boom, suddenly you got a $15,000 project under your belt. You don't know where these things come from. So I need you to keep that as you think about things, as you work towards things. Make sure you're keeping your mind open for great possibilities. Increase your luck surface area, as I have said many, many times in my life. If you do that, if you're not afraid to fail, because it's somewhat likely. I can't say it's probable, but you can calculate the probability on it. Greater than zero chance it's going to fail. And you stay open to opportunities while you're working hard not to fail, I think you've got a pretty good chance of becoming a professional podcaster, if, in fact, that's what you want. And as I have said, with every other one of these, you don't have to do that. It's not my goal to make everybody a professional. I think the lion's share of podcasting for a long time is going to be hobbyists, amateurs, people just having fun. And that's fine. But never been a better time than to think about going pro. So think about it if, in fact, you would. That's it. Thanks for watching the miniseries. I certainly do appreciate it. I'm enjoying Season 2, where I am exploring ways to make podcasting better, not just easier. This miniseries is all about making you better by getting you to be a professional in the podcasting industry. Next week, I'll have a brand new miniseries. Not exactly sure what it's going to be, but stay tuned because it happens again on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, everyone, and I shall be back on Monday with another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers.